Oh no! Looks like we got another grind event on our hands. This time it is called the Battle for Arachis, and it's your typical building event that we all know and love, right? Right. In any case, in today's video we are going to learn what you need to do, roughly how much time you need to waste, if it's even worth it, and some tips and tricks from previous grind events. So let's start with the time frames of the event. Basically, there are two sections you need to keep in mind. One is the gathering period. The other one is the crafting one. From the 7th of April, aka today, everyone which watches this video later than the 7th is now obliged to subscribe. Yep. Until the 18th of April. In this time, you are allowed to gather the supply crates and super weapon points you need for the crafting. The crafting, however, can be done until the 25th of April, meaning your main focus right now should be to just gather the crates, and then from the 18th onward, simply click through the crafting event. So let's talk about the resources. You get supply crates and super weapon points for every 10 minutes of battle time, with 50% or more activity going from rank 3 onwards. You can get those in all arcade and realistic battle modes for ground, air and naval, as well as ground simulator. Oh, also the April Fool's event. You can also get upgrade points for being first in your team. These are used to craft speed up tokens, which can be used to speed up the attack process, la-di-da. You know it's from the old events. In any case, you can get a maximum of 40 supply crates per day or 400 for the whole event. Also, you can get a maximum of 40 super weapon points per day and a maximum of 320. You need in total 80 of these for one victory point, which you can exchange for the rewards. But please, you have to fully destroy the enemy forces before you can use the super weapon, which is a heavy laser gun. Seriously, who the heck thinks it's a good idea to constantly take wacky names for these events? It's literally just click here often when you play often, you can get a tank. Fuck's sake! Just convoluting this trash so people don't notice it's literally a full-time job to get the main reward. Anyway, yes, you click things to get things which you need to click more on to get more things. Anyway. If you get your resources, the first thing you have to do for one victory point is to use the credits you get from the supply chest and build the concrete slabs. After that, you build the factories on it to build your troops. When you have done that, you can start attacking the enemy. There you will need a certain amount of different troop types like 3 armored cars and 1 combat tank. Those units get crafted with your credits you got from the supply crates. You can craft them at the most upper row of the map screen. Also, please keep in mind, if you want to grind for yourselves, do not buy the troops with the Gaijin logo. These are only there for you to sell on the Gaijin market and need 3 times the resources. Seriously, 3 times the resources, so it's not profitable, so sell your resources. Dick move, Gaijin! But yeah, now you continue down the battlefield until you reach the enemy construction yard, where you need those 80 super weapon points which get converted into a heavy las gun. Sorry, it wasn't a laser. Whatever. And then you're done. You did it once and get 1 peanut victory point. Congrats, now you can get the Alecto. Do it one more time for both, or 3 more times for either the Kfir C2 or the T72 vaccination tank. So what are the estimated times you will need to do this event? Well, let's assume some things. A game needs around 15 minutes. You have a success rate of getting above 50% activity of 90% of the time, because sometimes you have shit games, or you play planes, don't get anything, die immediately. You need on average 1 minute to get into a new game. So for 1 peanut point, if we assume you will have enough credits, when you have 80 super weapon points, 10 times 80 divided by 0.9 equals 888 minutes. 888 minutes divided by 50 minutes average are around 60 games. So we add another 60 minutes to our 888 minutes, giving us around 950 minutes, which are around 15 hours and 48 minutes for 1 token. You want the Moderna or the Kfir? Do that 3 times, which is 47 hours and 30 minutes. Click W. In 11 days, you have to play 4 hours and 20 minutes. Nice. Per day, every day of the event. If you want to get the maximum reward, the Moderna or Kfir and the Alecto, you need to grind for 63 hours or 5 hours and 45 minutes per day. Have fun! If you just want the Alecto, a casual 1 hour and 30 minutes of gaming per day should get you that reward. But is it even worth it? I don't know, lol. I haven't played those vehicles yet. However, when we look at the stats, we can try and see if they are worth it or not. The Alecto is a low-tier British howitzer light tank. It's definitely fun. USS Davis, go ask Defart or Hirobudo, they play naval, not me lol. The T72M2 BioNTech is basically a terms with the 30mm gun of the BMP added as an anti-aircraft gun. It also has commander and gunner thermals as well as a new round, the Tapan APFSDS, which is slightly worse than the 3BM46, but at the moment it is at 10.0. Not gonna lie, sounds like Gaijin wants to tank the Russian top tier win, right? And the Kfir C2 is a C7 with a worse engine and access to only 2 AIM-9Gs, and it's at 10.7. Sounds like a fun dogfighter. Finally, some tips and tricks. Focus on getting supply crates right now. You will have enough time to build your way through the tree when the grind time frame is over. You want to maximize the amount of supply crates you can get. Try and prefer tanks over planes, as in tanks it's a lot harder to have less than 50% activity than in planes. Don't give a damn about the upgrade points, they only make the building faster. If you are a working person and you really want those vehicles, it's probably better to just straight up buy them when the event is finished. You can easily snatch the T72 Johnson & Johnson or the Kfir for roughly 60 Gaijin after the event ended. And let's be honest, if you have a normal job, you have a better hourly wage than what Gaijin would pay you when you sell the coupons. And with that, thanks for watching, subscribe as mentioned before, and have fun suffering!